Okay, day 2 of Ali. I can't see myself very well, so I'm sure it looks a bit dark. As if it's so like this. So this is day 2 of my daughter learning a driving school thing. I dropped her off, of course, as usual. You're thinking, apprehension, and all sorts of things. But one of the things I've just decided to do is that while I'm waiting for her, which is like about an hour, I'm also using that time to do some work. I was able to put in a good number of work, did my assignments, and assignment I'm supposed to submit. I've done that. But the biggest problem is just the fact that, that fear, that apprehension. Well, I didn't forget even to ask you today, was there any inappropriate behavior?
No.
But I trust Tisha to be able to, so we have that communication open, where I know definitely you'll be able to say something if there's anything that is wrong. And I think for me, even when they were kids, that's one of the things I always make my children to understand. To have that place, room where they can always come to me, whatever it is, no matter how it is, even if it's me that has behaved inappropriately, to be able to come out and call me out to myself or to anyone there. And I think also it's one that room for communication is something that is really important, that as parents we should establish. We should ensure that the kids feel very comfortable to be able to tell us anything that they can tell us. Sometimes we're actually outraged at what the children, your kids will say. Like, what? In your mind, or you are screaming, what? How come? How you did this? But in your face, you're having a blank face, a bland face. So as a parent, you must learn that poker face, where even when what you're hearing from your child is so outrageous, but you are able to have that poker face. You're like, okay, is that it? Oh, let me hear more. So in that way, you don't shut them from coming to you when anything is happening. No matter how it is, you always, they know that they can come to you and explain things to you and tell you this. So that's something also that it's really very important. And so here day 2, while I'm waiting, I'm just thinking, okay, hope everything is okay there, hope all is well and stuff like that. But at the same time, you always know that things happen, and when they happen, they happen. And so that fear, that apprehension, it's not something that it's easily going to stop. It's something that really would continue, and but you just manage it as you go on. Because at the end of the day, if we keep using the fears that we have today to limit the lives of our children, it's going to sort of like cripple them in a way. You're not going to allow them be, and you're not going to allow them be. You're not going to allow them to just own up and be the full citizens that they can actually be. Otherwise, what you have is that you will have children that will not be able to manage in certain situations, that will always have apprehension and stuff like that. So I came in too fast. I need to go back. I came in too fast. I need to go back for there to be space. Okay. I'm being told. So yeah, so in a way, in such a way that you now have children that are able to respond and be on their own. One of the things I always say is the fact that if as a parent your children cannot survive without you, then you've really not done what you should actually do as a parent. And so sometimes these things they are not rockets. They are subtle. They are things that, okay, yeah, I'm here now. So I can collect the camera from me while you go to buy the thing that you need to buy, right? So she's going in to go and get, is it cheese, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to make, what do you call this thing now? What do you call this thing? What do you call it? Pizza. So the chef told her that if she gets pizza, if she gets cheese, he's going to make pizza for her. I don't know why this thing is done, but anyway, you manage it. It's live, it's unedited, it is the way it is. And so what was I even saying? So you need to, I always say that if your children are unable to live life without you, then you've not really done a good job as a parent. I mean, your children should be able to do so many things without you. They should be able to survive on their own. You should see them doing things, being capable of doing things, not the one that they are so anxious or they're dealing with anxiety, or every decision that they have to make, that they have to run to you or you be the one to tell them what to do, you be the one to control. I know there are a lot of parents who like controlling. I don't like children that are being controlled. I've never liked that issue of me having to be the one to tell my children, do this, don't do that. Now rather they are able to make the decisions on their own. So I'm helping them with information so that they can make informed decisions rather than being the ones to make decisions for them. And one of the things I've really enjoyed with that is the fact that as my children have grown, I found out that even when I'm not there, they are able to actually gather the information around and be able to make informed decisions, because this is something that they are used to. This is something that they have been learning. This is something that they have been doing for a very long time. So that sort of like helps. Not the one that, oh, do this, don't do that. I hated that as a child, and I made sure that when I also had my own children, I wasn't one to be giving them do this, don't do that kind of rule. I'd rather give them, okay, this is the situation. This is what happens. These are the repercussions of behaving in this way, behaving that way, and sort of like giving them that choice. Trust my husband to call when I'm making a call, and sort of like giving them that choice to be able to make information. But anyway, the fears are there, and my daughter is not here right now, so I'll just quickly, oh gosh, my husband is still calling. I know he will not stop calling until I pick the call. Anyway, let me just end this one here today. Tomorrow we'll continue with all the conversation. Thank you so much. Bye everyone.